Today, we will be talking about formative assessments and how educators can properly implement them in their classroom. By definition, formative assessments are the assessments of learning during the instruction. They help shape instruction through repeated measures and feedback as students are in the process of learning. Feedback to students is a very important component of formative assessment. The key elements to formative assessment are the identification by teachers and learners of the learning goals, intentions, or outcomes, and the criteria for achieving those. The provision of effective, timely feedback to enable students to advance their learning, the active involvement of students in their own learning, rich conversations between teachers and students that continually build and grow deeper, and teachers responding to identified learning needs and strengths by modifying their teaching approaches. Some classroom strategies that educators could use in their lesson plans are index card summaries or questions, hand signals, 1-minute essays, web or concept maps, misconception checks, exit tickets or exit cards, oral questioning, four corners, writing frames, KWL charts, Socratic seminars, quizzes, or journal entries. When understanding the idea of formative assessment, it is important to understand the difference between formative assessment and summative assessment. Summative assessment is the assessment of learning after the instruction. This is usually represented by the student's final term, semester, or year achievement. Some classroom activities could be a performance task, a written product, an oral product, or a test. One activity that would be great to use as a formative assessment that would ultimately lead to a summative assessment would be a screencast. As an example, with the unit being on the Civil War, students will create a presentation for their final project. This presentation will include a brief explanation of the Civil War, the opposing views of the North and the South, and a discussion of one battle or person during the Civil War. This could include Abraham Lincoln or Robert E. Lee, or the Battle at Gettysburg. As this will be the goal for the summative assessment, the formative assessment will be to practice their final presentations by recording themselves using Screen-O-Matic. A screencast is just like this presentation you are currently watching. Students are able to present their PowerPoint while annotating over top of it. After students have completed their video, they will then upload the video to YouTube or transfer the file to the teacher. Students will then be given 2 other classmates' videos to review. Students will be given a T-chart to fill out as they are watching, and teacher will also give feedback to each student. This will allow for the students to receive feedback from their peers and also their teacher on issues to fix before their final presentations in front of the class. The goal of formative assessment isn't to assess whether or not students have mastered the ultimate objective. It is to keep your finger on the pulse of students' thinking and to make sure that they're on the right path. As a reminder, formative assessment is the assessment of learning during the instruction through different instructional strategies. Thank you for watching.